So in our previous session we have started we have see that how to create uh, read-only routing in the always on. So we have seen for the two node cluster, two node always on cluster. So now we add one more node in the existing cluster so that it will like there is more clarity that what's the priority, because if there is two nodes, so we can't imagine that suppose if we want to just like on which node we are able just connect, it's either two node or second node. So just we are adding one more node in the existing AG. So it's a two node earlier, now we just add one more node. So just I have just prepared one node here. I just installed one more node and installed SQL service and failover cluster. Okay, so adding one more node, you just create one virtual machine, and after creating add one more NIC card. Like by default there is one NIC card of 192 series, so just add one more NIC card for private heartbeat and assign the IP address. So here if you just see that earlier the IP address, if you remember, so okay, I just show you manually here, not showing here. .44 IP address I am giving here, and here I am just giving the IP address 43. So my two node IP addresses, one is 192.168.1.40 and another one is 168.1.41, and now this become 168.1.44. Okay, so heartbeat is the same, 10.0.041 40, and in here 10.0.0.41 and here .44. okay, so and after that just enable failover cluster. Once failover cluster enable, so just open rejoin the this machine to domain. So now I am just adding, first connect the cluster, so you can just find out that cluster name here. So it's a WAN AG cluster. Okay, so just connect it. So if you just here node, this is the these are the two node. You can see here that if you just come to the network connection, you can find out that what the IP 41 even here, and in case 40 and 40. okay, so now I am just adding one more node, add one node here, just click on add node and give the AG3. okay, it's now adding. Not yes, I just configure it because it is already working, already it is in functional condition, so no need to just test. I just only adding this node. And in today's session we also discuss how to thus perform if database restoration in AG. So you can check out here that 44 and this is the 43. Okay, so it is like here, and now this is the server here, but we not enable here always on. So enable the always on, you have to just at advanced always on, just click on here and apply. Restart, it required to restart the services, just restart the services. And now we just try to restore the database. So can connect that one of the instance, so you can connect the 40, just connecting the 40, open the SSMS. In previous session we also discussed about that how to perform patching. So I already explained about that, how to perform patching, so that you can test it at your level. Only the resource need to be moved, and once that we first data movement, just suspend the data movement. Okay, auto failure, we just need to just change the auto failure to manual, and then perform the patching, restart the node, and again once the services come, just resume the data, suspend the data movement, and auto to manual to auto AG failure. So now it is connected here, just connecting the SQL instance. So just check out that services is started or not. Connect the secondary instance also. This is the secondary one. Just see the word the SQL instance here. 44 AG is SQL 3. Okay. Okay, here it is not connecting. So why it is not connecting? You can put out the port 57872. It should be connected. So first we just check out that why it is not connecting. Here this is the configuration, this is the port, it should be enabled here. 57872 is enabled. And one more thing we need to check. Okay, just turn off it. Maybe it is the causing. Okay, so that port is the causing, because firewall is blocking that one. So now we are able to connect. So just see here, if you remember that how to check that health in the SQL of AG, just show dashboard. It is healthy now. Okay, so here this is the existing one. Okay, and now we need to add one more replica. So just click on add. This type of activity, like adding replica, adding database, it only perform from the primary one. Don't you are able to only perform through the primary only. So just next. Okay, so just connect that one. Okay, here you need to just verify that one. Okay, so here just add the replica. Okay, it's a secondary, and here we just asynchronous. We can connect using synchronous also, but if you want, I just show you to synchronous and change to read only intent. Okay, so but when you change to read only intent, here you just come to here, read only routing. Okay, so here you can see that this is the endpoint. Okay, so just copy this endpoint and just copying. Let's see, not pasting here, so just put manually // ag3 dot SQL lab dot local :5022. So I just copied this. This is the endpoint, so I just put it here and the port number I just changed to 7872. I already explained this. What is this port number? This is the port number of SQL Server, that AGN-N1. This is the AGN-N1. Okay, so if you just go through that first instance, that I am on that instance, I'll just show you. So this is the SQL port number. Okay, so this is the port number. Suppose I just change the port number for more clarity. I just change the port number of this server, this one. I just change the port number to 3. Okay, so I just applied, and then I need restart the services. I just restart the services. Okay, so I just restart the services, and now I'm just connecting the same machine here. I put the port number. Oh, sorry. Port number here 73. Okay, so here earlier what I'm saying, that if AG1 N1 is my primary, then the secondary port, if I'm trying to connect the using listener, so on which port I am connecting? So it's saying that AG2 to N2. Okay, and if AG2 N2 is my, so here we can set the primary. Once we can put the more priority also. Okay, so just we do one thing. Just first we complete this one. Just a minute. And after that we can like open in different mode, and okay, so we just doing okay, one thing more. Auto seeding is only successful when you have similar structure, like data folder, log folder, backup folder, MDB folder. These are the similar location. Means here we just, if you see that data, log and backup, this is the folder. This folder, if you just seen every if I am connecting secondary instance, that one, so you can check out that this is the same. So if I just change the one of the folder location here, then auto seeding is not working. So it is necessary that whenever you just use the auto seeding, you have just keep in mind that all the locations should be similar. Until unless the location is not similar, you are not able to perform the auto seeding. So how does we perform the then after? So we only just take the backup and we just restore the backup. जा यार यहाँ से. Okay, so now we just connecting the similar one. So we are performing here. Just next, and finish. Okay, so now that AG3 in this way, that it is the part of, you can see it is the part of our AG group. So now you can more specifically just go to the property here. Here you can all is read intent. Read intent means if you just application just connecting through the that using -k, or on which instance you are connecting. So just come across here. Suppose if AG1 is my primary, then AG2 and AG3 just add it my secondary. Okay, suppose if AGN1 is my primary, then this one is my secondary, and if this one is primary, then this one and this one is my secondary. Okay, and backup preferences in the similar manner. You can set out the backup preferences. I already explained that you have to set the priority. If my preferred like secondary, the preferred secondary means it can be any secondary, either AG2 or AG3 or AG3. It can be any secondary, and if both is down, then my backup goes to AG1. And as secondary only, it means only either AG2 or AG3. And here if you just backup priority, if you set like it is applicable only for the like any replica. So here if you just set that backup priority secondary only, if you just set that backup priority, so it is like which SQL instance backup priority is high, the backup goes to that one. And if suppose AG3 this one is not available, after that in that case it goes to this one. So primary by default it is going to the primary one, or any replica you can set the priority based on priority it is connecting. Okay, so this is like we can add, and now you can see that suppose just connecting if AG1 is my primary one. Okay, so you can see here which SQL instance is my primary. AG1 is my primary. So now I'm just connecting using the command prompt. How can we connect? Because you know that there is a listener. There is a listener here. So just connect to the SQL CMD. Okay, so -s, and the server is test AG listener port. Okay, -e. I am using my integrated window authentication -t, that is the database, -k for the read only intent. So now I am connecting. You can check out here. So it is saying the node AG2 I am connecting, and suppose because you are setting the property here, first one is AG2, you can just set it. Suppose if you want to that, move to up this one and apply. Now you can check out this, just close it and again connect it. It's a AG3 because why? You have set the property here, routing property, this one. Okay, so this is the way that we can set the priority to. And one more just thing about the backup. So suppose this is my preferred secondary, I just chosen the secondary. So based on priority, now if you just check out that, suppose I am just starting the backup. Okay, so now the backup location is same. If you just check out that backup location is this one, there is a backup. So I just performing the backup of this one. There is a job for backup we have already created here. Test job, I started the test job. Started, it got successful. Just check out. This is the my N1, so just connecting to the N2 AG2. So here just connect to the AG2. This is one, I think, AG2, yeah, this one. So if you just okay, just modified that one, you can check it here. The backup is generated here. What is the time? 4:43. So at that time backup is generating here. If you just, but here you can in another node you can check out. This is the AG3. So because why it is generating here? Because you have just given the priority secondary node. You can just a minute. Why it is generating? Because we already given the priority backup preferences here, this one. Suppose I just given this priority to this one. Now again generate the backup. Just connecting. Okay, but here a job is not configured, so we first we just configure the maintenance plan here. So I just create the maintenance plan. Every backup that it first check the AG preferred what the preferred location for that. So once you creating the maintenance plan, it first check the what's the preferred location mention is AG. So if it is true, then the backup is generated. If it is not true, command is executed but backup is not generated. So and here I just okay. Only okay. If required, you can schedule every 5 minutes. I'll just schedule 3 minutes. Just save it. Add one more plan, and here just add the T-log backup. Just change to T-log. Okay, just perform the yes, and when you can just put the 2 minutes. Okay, just save it and just close it. Okay, so this is the job. You can just now you can check out here, and the job is here, and just run the start one. Okay, so it is done here. If you just see that instance third, here it is generated. Okay, at this time you can see that it is only generated at what 4/7. If you just connect other, suppose I am disconnecting this one, it is there is no backup. So this is the mechanism how can we add and more replica, and how to we set that backup preferences in AG. Okay, so now we see that suppose we have a AG server, and there is a requirement to restoration. So how can we perform this? Okay, so just see, suppose I have a backup. This is my backup, and I have to restore this on my existing replica, or so for restoration, suppose I just take this backup and I just put it on SQL instance, this one. put it here, or this one I have to restore test db full backup. So for that first we need to just remove that database from AG. Okay, so this is the database. You can just remove this, remove database from availability group on which there is requirement for restoration. So just remove it. Database is removed. You can just refresh it here. It is here. Okay, now you just perform the database restoration. Okay, perform the database restoration. Here is a backup, or here this backup, just restore it. Okay, the database backup restoration is done. Once that backup restoration is done, you just go to this one, add database, just choose it, meet the prerequisite. It is showing here that for the status that database is compatible for always on or not, so it is showing the status. Okay, just first connect this both, and here so just connect it. Okay, here what is saying, checking if the selected database already exists on the server instance that hosts secondary. So before if it is, you need to just drop the on secondary instance also, just delete the database from here. Okay, and delete from here also. Okay, why it is need to done? Because we again performing the same database restoration. So just validate it. Now it is successful, and this is added. Now you can check out that we just show the status here. Now it is synchronized. Okay, so in this way, if like suppose we have requirement for the database restoration on the primary server, so how can we perform this? We first just delete that database from always on availability group, and perform the restoration on that database. Okay, and once the restoration completed, you have to just delete the database from secondary instance also. Okay, suppose there is 2 more instance, so you have to delete from 2 more instance that database, and again that perform the set up the AG, like the database just restore on the both instance. So once it is completed, you can check out the status. So this is the overall activity. And user permission. Okay, so this is the one of the key feature of suppose you have requirement to perform the database permission on a secondary instance. Okay, so like application just connected through the different user. Okay, so they want to connect. So how can we perform this one? So suppose I just show you first I just create one more ID here. Just in AD I have just created one more ID here. So connect it. Okay, here you can check that there is only 2, SQL1 and SQL2. So I just create one more ID here, user, that is called SQL3. Okay, SQL3 I just created here. Put the same password, SQL 112. I've just created a new user, SQL3. Okay, so I have to just provide SQL3 user a database level permission like DB reader. Okay, so you can check that how it is possible. So first I just connect my instance here. You can connect any instance. Okay, so now I can connect this one is my primary. I just connecting. So here I just search out login. I'm just creating a login. You need to create a window login here. So just search out here, just put out the SQL3. Just check it. Here the location I have to change it. Just change the location to SQL1 first. Just see the carefully how I'm performing. The requirement is I have to provide data reader permission on secondary instance so that user connect to secondary instance. Okay, different user. So I just add one more user in AD group, and that user I just map with SQL. So I am creating a login here, SQL 3. So just check it. This is the user. Okay, and map it. For mapping, just check out the database here, and I am giving the data reader permission. Okay, just click OK. So now you can see that SQL L3 is the part of that login, and if you just go through that database level, here it is, and if you just for verify, you can just go through that membership level. Just property, membership, you can see that data reader is check mark here. So in this way that I am providing here that DB reader permission here, but I need to access this database on AG3. Okay, it is in synchronous state. You just see that here for read only my priority is this one. If I am AG1 and 1 is primary, then AG3 is the secondary. So once I just connected using SQL 3, I am able to read this data. So how can it is possible? So we can test it here. Suppose here I just log out it, or I have to log in using SQL 3. So if I am able to log in SQL 3, I have to just see here. I just log off this machine, and I am trying to connect using SQL 3. Now I am trying to connect 44. SQL lab. Okay, I am not able to log in because why? Because SQL 3 is not a member of that machine. So first we need to do this. Just make that member of this machine. Now I am able to connect. Okay, and now I am just connecting that SQL instance. Just see. I'm not able to connect. Why? Because I am giving the permission at only this server at N1 level. I am giving the permission here only. I am creating the login on AGN1. Database is replicate stage like this. Whatever the I am adding in this database, it is available to go to the this instance and this instance also. Okay, this means the database is either we can access from any SQL instance. The database, whatever the data is there, it is replicating here to each instance, but the server level it is not replicating. So we need to create that ID on this SQL instance also. So just keep in mind, whenever we creating login, if it is a window login, then we no need to put the SID, and if it is SQL login, then we need to put the SID. So we just need to add here SQL window login here on S3. So we just right click and just create that login. I just show you here. If you just see that, okay, it is not accessible here. Okay, just first let me do one thing. Just change that it is accessible so that I can show you whatever the changes I have made. I have just created one login, so that login is reflected here. Okay, it is in read only. Okay, just a minute, I just show you. I just change it to yes. I only for showing. Just see here. Just refresh it. Okay, just go to the security. This is the user is already there. Okay, so but login is not there. We have to put the login is not there. Okay, so here we just property, modified it, and now we just create the login at here. Go to security, new login, just change to entire SQL 3. Check out the SQL 3 here. Only you have to just create the login, no need to map and all this thing. Just create the login and see what happen here. Just create the login. Okay, because here the database is in read only intent state. So now just see that is I am able to access that database. Okay, here I am just put on one mistake here. I'm just not putting the port number. Okay, so now I can say that okay. So this is the way that we are creating that. Just keep in mind when you are creating login for window level, okay, whatever permission you have just given at the database level, it replicate to the database level, but at server level you have to create the login. So for window you need to just create the login on secondary instance, don't put SID. Okay, just be online. Just okay, I have come back. So in this way that we can, if you want I can show you a SQL level authentication also, but only difference is for SQL level ID we need to put the SID. Okay, so this is all about the AG, and patching I already covered. So any question for our
No, sir.